Okay, angles and degree measure 5.1. Okay, you guys know what an angle is, right? This is a vocabulary term. What's that called? The what? Vertex. Okay, vertex, not vortex. Oh, the origin. Not a bad guess, actually. But we use that for something else. We use Greek letters a lot. That's the Greek letter alpha. It's their A. Yeah. It's like a little fishy. Looks like a little fish. Okay, this is the initial side. So that's where it starts. Okay, and then this is the terminal side. That's where it ends. Okay. Again, vocab. You know how to measure angles, right? Here's the change that you're going to see a little bit. Okay, so there's an example angle. We're going to start putting these in the coordinate plane. The terminal side of that angle is in what quadrant? Yeah. Remember quadrant 2, terminal side. Okay. Be able to identify that. All right, easy. Okay, this is a negative angle with the terminal side in quadrant 4. So negative angles go clockwise. Okay. Okay, positives go counterclockwise. Think you can handle that? Yeah, we're going to that. And this end of this week. Not today, but the end of the week. Okay, how many degrees are there in a complete rotation? Yeah. Okay, here's the difficult math part. This is a sarcastic statement. How many degrees are there in 2.5 rotations? Think you can handle that? No. Yes. Shut up, Zach.
Is that what they said today?
No. It's. But somebody can give me an answer.
Plus 360 plus 360. Plus 1. Yeah.
Because we can add and subtract and multiply and divide, I'm pretty sure.
900.
Right? So you go around 2.5 times. Where do you end up in the coordinate plane if you go around 2.5 times? 1, 2, and a half. Right there. That's 900 degrees. So in trig, we're going to study the cyclic nature of this kind of stuff, so you can see how it's producing cycles, right? Okay. Coterminal angles. That actually is on the y-axis. It ends. It's a quadrantal angle is what it's called if you want to get to it. Coterminal angles. It's important that you understand that. I call it the second most important thing for the day. They share a terminal side. So let me give you an example. Okay, there are two coterminal angles. Why are they coterminal? Yes. Okay, let's go back to 5th grade. How about we stay in high school? Okay, 45 is right here. 405, what is it? 360, right? Plus how much? 45. Those are coterminal angles because they share that terminal side. So what you're looking at is this one is 45 degrees plus 360 times 1. Well, that's what it is, right? So we can generalize this to that formula right there. Those coterminal angles follow that formula. So you take the original angle and add 360 times any integer. Okay. You remember the integers, right? Has your mind just been melted because you're a junior? I understand. So what was our integer in the example? No. That was alpha. 1 was the integer. Okay. Basically. Yeah. It's the number of revolutions. It can go backwards or forwards. Okay, which angles are coterminal to 225? In general. What's alpha? We're using this formula here. So we have 225 plus 360. Okay. Those are all the angles that are coterminal to 225. Can you give me an example? Of one. One degree is not coterminal. Pick a K value. Okay, 2.
Oh, that's good.
720 plus 225 is 945 degrees. That's a coterminal angle to 225.
Any variable you plug in.
Any integer that you plug in for k.
Mine was on 1, but why is it 1?
It was 1 in this example. I could plug a 1 in here too. That would be another coterminal angle.
One, the angle. One.
Logan, you told me that 1 was the angle measure. I said, what's an angle measure that's coterminal? And you said 1. I said, no. So there. Okay, so any integer you plug in, you're good to go. Even negatives. Okay. Um,
Did you finish the, or did you finish the
okay, here's another way to throw it at you. 775 is coterminal to what angle? Yep. Oh, sorry, that's not what I wanted to write. Okay. We have 2 variables, right? How many rotations was 775? Two 2.15-ish, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So K is 2. Okay, so plug K in. And solve it for alpha. So there's a little bit more work there, but stuff we've been doing for years. So what is it, 35, 45, 55 degrees? 46?
So just the first number, A.
Yeah. So alpha is 55 degrees. What? Are you on track? Word, good. 4 letters. All right, here's the last item. This is called a reference angle. Most important item of the day, actually. Yep. They weren't in Trig last year like you. You were. It's pre-calculus. It's the same class for us. We just haven't named it pre-calculus. Okay. Okay, we're gonna, for trigonometry terms and uses, we have to use what's called reference angles. If for sine, cosine, and tangent, we have to use reference angles. So if I have, let's use our 120 degree angle. Okay. We don't do above 90 degrees with sine, cosine, tangent, and the others. It has to be below 90. So we have to build what's called a reference angle here. With the y-axis. Okay, so what would that angle measure be? No. 180 minus 120. Thank you, Jesus. The reference angle is 60 degrees, and that's what we would use with sine, cosine, and tangent. And the other three that you're going to learn this year. Secant, cosecant, and cotangent. Okay. Yeah. Like you said. I'm hoping it's not homework. Let's just put it that way. What's the reference angle for 225 degrees? Remember, we're always matching it with the y-axis, so. Anybody? No. The closest y-axis is this one, right? It's got to be under 90 degrees. Yeah. That's the reference angle right there. It's formed with the y-axis. Okay, this is 180. So 225 minus 180 is 45 degrees. Do you want me to show you one more? Well, that's 5 no's and a yes. I'll show you one. Chloe. Does anybody else want to see one?
Yeah.
Okay. What about that angle? It is 300 degrees. Yeah, Zach has it. 60, because he needs to be able to subtract. Because it's with the y-axis, the closest one. Okay, below 90. Got it? No confirmation, I assume that's a yes. Again, about half the assignment is review stuff, so pay attention to those because, again, the spiraling will take out grades from old bad test grades. You show improvement, we reward you for that. And you probably have 22 minutes. You probably get most of it done. Hopefully all of it. Okay. Do you have collateral?